Hello family, and thanks for stopping by. Today on the menu I have turkey drums. We're going to roast them. And here are the ingredients. We have some melted butter. We have some orange and red bell peppers. I have some celery, some chicken bouillon. I have some olive oil, extra virgin. I have some pepper, some poultry seasoning, and some sazon complete. And I have a half of onion that I've cut, that I've sliced thin. I have my oven heating at 350. I'm going to add some olive oil. By the way, I've washed, of course, and I've dried off my turkey drums. Some butter. Bouillon. Poultry seasoning. Sazon complete. Pepper. I'm just massage these. It's kind of seasoned up because they're kind of cool from the cold water I had them sitting in. It's okay though. Let them take their time cooking and they'll be just fine. Just fine. Let me add a little more. This is a little more sazon. Some more pepper. And the bouillon. I put it down with my hands because it's kind of salty. It's very salty, and you don't want to overdo it with that. Gonna rub it in again. That's good for our drippings, what's already on the pan, because we're going to make our gravy with those drippings. Oops, come back. Rinse my hands off. And we're going to put our celery. I didn't use a whole lot of celery. Celery is pretty strong. And when it gets that way, I don't care for it. Even though I eat a few, matter of fact, I eat in between 2 and 3 stalks of celery in the morning. But I don't like it in my food like that. I don't like it penetrating my food like that. Not good. Not for me. Gonna put a few of these. Gonna add our onions. And you know what else? I think I'm going to shake a bit of garlic powder on top. Why not? Can't hurt. Can't hurt. Let me see. That's some garlic powder. And I'm going to cover it with some foil and put it in my oven, and I'm going to set my timer for an hour and 30 minutes. The turkey drums are done. It's been an hour and a half in the oven. Now I'm going to remove them and set them aside. I'm going to make the gravy. Let me see. I can remove them with my hand. I'm going to use this sauce to make my gravy. Drippings, rather. And I'm going to use my grease separator. Set it there. Let me show you so you can see. I like this little gadget. I've had it for a really long time. And it will, the grease is going to separate. Can you see it? The grease is going to separate from the juices. That way you won't have a greasy gravy. And I'll show you what to do next. I'm going to add the juices back into my pan, which I already had warming. Oh, let me turn it down. Drain all the juices and then stop at the grease. Now that that's warm, I'm going to add in some flour. Looks lumpy, but don't worry about it if that happens, because there's a solution for that too. Meanwhile, just keep stirring. With your whisk or fork or whatever you're using. I'm going to add some chicken broth that I made on the side. Smells delicious. Smells like Thanksgiving. I'm going to add some more chicken broth. See, I've gotten a little thick. That I've added quite a bit of water to. Make sure it's not going to be too salty. And let me show you another way to thicken your gravy without having to worry about the lumps. One way you get the lumps out, though, if you do get the lumps, you take a strainer and you just pour it through the strainer and pour it back into the pan. Or you can use a slurry. That's nothing but flour and water. And you just dilute it. And you get, what, 97% of the lumps out. And you won't have to worry about it. That'll make it a little easier to thicken your gravy. In which that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to add a little more. That's a little easier for you. And for me too, actually. I'm just used to doing it that old-fashioned way, you know. Still works every time. People think making gravy is the hardest, but it's not. It's really simple. Here we go again. And with the water and chicken broth. And we're getting there. We're going to add some more garlic powder. The more the better for me. Some pepper. Whoop. And you can either keep your gravy this color, or you can add some browning seasoning sauce. That's what I'm going to do. Brown it up some. You can make it dark or as light as you want. That's about good for me. We're going to let this simmer and thicken. I'm going to taste it right quick to make sure that it's what I want it to be. Yes, it's yummy. Mm-hmm. Gonna let this simmer for about oh, excuse me, for about 2 minutes, and then I'm going to add the turkey back in. Oh, and also we're going to add a pat of butter that I have here. And that shines it up, makes it pretty and shiny, and it gives it more flavor, of course. See how shiny and silky it looks? That butter does a lot. But we're going to add our turkey drums back in. Just use my hands. And we're going to cover them with gravy. And we're going to cover them back up. Turn them down on medium and forget about them for about 15 minutes. Remember the onions and whatnot I had on top? And bell peppers? I'm going to just put them back on. Yeah. You can baste them a couple times in between that 15 or 20 minutes or however long you decide to let it go. Just lift the top off and baste it. Cover it and let it go. And here you have it. Roasted turkey drums, gravy, and small sweet peas. Hey, I had a ball. I hope you did too. And thanks for hanging out with me. Don't forget to pray. Then pray some more. Pray for her, pray for him, pray for them. Pray for you, pray for us. Then pray again. Don't stop praying. It's all that we have, a hope and a prayer. Well, friends, eat well and be well. Later.